Hey guys, how's it going? How are you all doing today? Today's a good day. It's Thursday for me, but the last day of my days off. Unfortunate. And someone's calling me right now. Who's calling me? Jeez. From Hawaii. I'm not going to answer that. All right, so hey Sauron, how are you doing? SWGOH. Thanks, Arson Tander. Hold on, I gotta work this one out. Arson Tander 2015. Is that how you say your name? Arson Tander? It's a very unique name, Arson Tander. Super unique. Thanks for the follow, dude. Thanks for the follow. Alright. So let's I gotta do my conquest real quick. Knock this stuff out. I usually do it like first thing in the morning. I'm gonna be a little behind. 10. All I do is I just like beat these as fast as I can. Hey Daniel, how's it going? Oh, sure, let's do that one. Do Wales. Do that. Alright, so today I'll probably do some conquest. Here, let me just throw this on auto real quick. And then we'll hey Jack Best, how's it going, dude? You gotta run your alts? I don't know how you play alts, dude. Alts are crazy. Master Hippo, how's it going? Here, let me shout out to some mystery hippo over here. And then, yeah, so we have two content creators here. So I do like to shout out content creators. So, oh, Alex RG, how's it going? So, Mystery Hippo and Jack One Best are content creators. So if you want to click on their profiles, check them out. See how they're doing. Nursing an injury? What happened? Your brother has 3 accounts? That's nuts. I tried making an alt and then I deployed somewhere and I wasn't able to like do anything with it. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do this. It's too much. Like just absolutely crazy amounts of stuff. And these guys are gonna like take all day. Can we just not, guys? Gentlemen? Worked out too hard in here. So I legitimately I stopped weightlifting for a really long time because of that. Like it's just too much where you're just like injuring yourself, because I've been in the military for 17 years. So I stopped weightlifting because I was just pretty much like a cycle of training, getting in shape, and then training, getting in shape, and then re-injuring myself like over and over. So I pretty much right now just do cardio and body work, like workouts, so that I don't have to like get injured. Yeah. So my main's only like 9.5. Hey, Nodman. My main's only like 9.5 million. I wish I had a bigger account. Like I wish I had everything just for content creation. I think it would be nice to be able to compete at like the Kyber 1 level. But I don't mind competing in Kyber 2. Like all my opponents are just absolute monsters. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's do Inquisitorius. So I don't specifically try to do any, I'm not trying to do any specific beats as I go through. What I do is I just, okay, let's do this for now, why not? So what I'm doing for Conquest is I just try to get through as fast as possible through these other, like, all the feats, through all 5 sectors as fast as I can, and then I cheese all the feats on the back end. So I don't even bother on carrying. All I'm trying to do is getting on some things I will, but essentially I'm just trying to get through as fast as possible so that I can, one, start earning datacrons, and then 2, just getting through everything I need to. Playing goalie. Nice. I stopped playing sports like that all that much. We do it a lot in the military, but I try not to. Like sports, you get injured a lot in sports. I don't know if you guys play sports a lot, but people get injured all the time. Let's do this. Okay. All right. Hey Xavier, it's going pretty well. So today we're gonna do some. Swear to God, guys, I totally forgot about conquest until right now. Like I was like, oh, I was planning on getting on here, just doing my dailies real quick, and then start jumping into roster reviews. To the batting cages? No, I don't do any batting cages stuff. So to get into shape. Yeah, that's a good thing to do, but just being in shape isn't really an issue. It's kind of a requirement for the job, but like sports are great for staying in shape, honestly. So like just as a normal, I do worry about it when I retire. I'm like, what am I gonna do to remain in shape? So I haven't exactly planned it out yet, but I probably will keep running. I do love swimming, so swimming's pretty good for remaining in shape, so maybe I'll keep doing that. But and I get it, like all you guys are just trying to live your best lives, right? Water polo? Yeah, let me just join a water polo team. Yeah, I would love to play some water polo, but I don't think that's in F5. What do I have to do for this guy? Dark side characters? I guess I can do that with like SOKR. So you ran cross country. I was in high school. I was a water polo swimming kind of guy. I did play soccer a lot in the military. So I play a lot of sports: soccer, football, basketball, tennis, dodgeball, volleyball. I play it all, but man, you got both your accounts to Sector 4. Like I said, I don't know how you guys do it. It's absolutely like nuts to me when you guys play multiple accounts. I get it. So the reason why I love this game is you can keep playing it while you're busy, right? But if you play multiple accounts, then you're kind of defeats the purpose of the not busy thing, because then it turns into this like full-time thing, and that's where it starts getting really difficult for me to keep doing it. So I'm like, man, I would and it's when because right now, like, as if I'm not busy or whatever, yeah, absolutely, I could play multiple accounts. But once I start getting busy, or when I'm working, like, because in the military sometimes we just get like super busy. So if I'm working like 14, 16-hour days, I'll have the bandwidth to like play one account, but playing 2 accounts is just way too much for me. Way too much. But good for you guys on the multiple. I would love having multiple accounts for Grand Arena, because my GAC streams are relatively short, right? Kind of. But So that would be fun. But other than that, I don't really care too much about it. It'd be nice though. It would. I can play your account. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll keep that in mind. Why not? I do know I could probably like ask someone and just play their account for them. But I don't know. We'll see. Not a big deal. I would maybe one day I'll take over someone's account, like a guildmate or something, or something. Someone quits. You want to give me your account? Let me know. But other than that, like if someone's like, I don't know if I would actively want to like play someone's account who actually like plays the game. I do think that's a little weird. At least not on a regular. I know people do it, or content creators do it, where they play their friends' accounts or whatever. So, and I'm not like super against the idea, but I don't know. This is one of those things. It's like a little weird to me. You know what I mean? Oh man, this guy has the best viewers. Alright. Do that. Clear all that crap. Alright, it's fives. Are you you're Rex. You're fives. Make us, yeah. Well, I understand where Zareth and Sarah are really good friends and why they would do that. So it makes sense for them because they both create content. So she just like dodged that, straight dodged it. So I understand where they both make content and are interested in different parts of the game, where it would make sense for them to kind of like do like one does CAC, one, because honestly like conquest is a huge thing where players hate, and then being able to have someone who plays the conquest and have someone who plays the grand arena, that's honestly super ideal for two content creators who create content in different parts of the game. So it makes total sense for them to do it. So I totally understand why they would do something like that. All of them? What do you mean? Oh, are you talking about like different accounts or whatever? Yeah, I know a lot of people. A lot of people have like guild accounts where they not lose their account, but essentially the account goes to the guild. I totally get that. Man, these guys are being super buttholes right now. I do want to kill you. Kill all your stacks. And they're working through my boy. Then you. SOKRs are fine. I don't know. I don't have any issues with SOKR. I know a lot of people don't like him for Conquest. I think he's perfectly fine. Like, I don't have any issues with SOKR and Conquest personally. I think he's like, look, he just finished this boss node for me, 3 stars, got a feat. Like, he could do that for tons of different nodes. I don't see any problem with it. You do have to take off the for boss nodes, I take off the Ruthless Swiftness, but for other nodes, I don't take off Ruthless Swiftness, and usually you just like poke, swipe, swipe, and you win. So yeah. I don't know. I don't have any. I did. I have Ruthless Swiftness. I said for the boss nodes, I take off Ruthless Swiftness. So right here, for normal, hey, Dankaldales, how's it going? So Ruthless Swiftness, I do normally use it. For boss nodes, if I use SLKR, then I take it off. But that's it. Because then for boss nodes, they usually have a little. Yeah, I do. Yeah, because it's the only thing I buy in the game because it makes it more convenient for me, I guess. Oh man, did you hear that? Poor Wookiee death. I do love JMK. I really do. He's such a fun character. Really happy I farmed him. Man, dodge. So I don't use, because there's a bunch of discs you can use. You can go and use the old kind of setup where you do a bunch of dots, or you can go with what do you call it? What is it? The Zealous Ambition sets or whatever. Like I personally like to use a blend of hot, like the heal over times, and the offense ramping, and then some survivability discs, and then booming voice with the attack out of turn survivability things, and then that works for every single team. So they all just ramp their offense, and it works. So that works for me. Right now, I'll change the data disc as I go through, but yeah, it all depends. Yeah, JMK is great. I no regrets on JMK. So I had time to do him. Well, JMK is my first passion project farm. So like everyone has their passion projects, right? Like JMK is my favorite character in Star Wars, so I wanted to get him as a passion project. So that's why I did JMK. But I understand he doesn't actually get you any more resources. So that's why it took me so long to get to him. But really happy now that I have him because he's just a really good character. I'm going to finish Leia soon once I finish with Quadme. But after that, we'll see what I'll go with. After that, it's kind of up in the air. Gungans or Jedi Knight Cal Kestis or Bo-Katan. So... Night Sisters? Really? Night Sisters was your passion project? Like, don't get me wrong. Night Sisters are cool and all, but not a lot of people are like, I love goth chicks. You know, like, big titty goth chicks are just what I'm all about. Those Night Sisters just rev my engine. I don't know. So, I don't know. You're the first person I've ever heard said Night Sisters was the best Anakin main. Gas. I'm not a big fan of the early game Gas. I'm not gonna. That was in 2007. When you're an edgelord. Yeah, it's no problem. You know, we all have our different things that we farm. Honestly not a big fan of Gas. I'm not gonna jump into the whole my Gas thing because what's my favorite, my man? What's my favorite what? No, I'm not gonna jump into Gas. Why I disagree with Gas as an early farm. Favorite team? I don't really have a favorite team. Right now, hey Shaka, how's it going? Hey, Shaka, I don't know if you know this, but they have a Shaka Shaka chicken over here, and it reminded me of you. It's chicken that is in a bag. It's like fried chicken, and then it's at McDonald's, by the way. And then you pour like flavoring in it, and then you shake it. So it's like Shaka Shaka chicken. And it reminded me of you. So, yep. Yeah. It's pretty funny, right? But totally, it was yesterday. Yesterday I was at McDonald's, and it totally reminded me of you. I was like, hey, Shaka Shaka chicken. Super cool. What do I have to do here? What's today? Thursday. You're chasing gas hard. I don't know how I feel about the gas chase. You need to make a trip. I wouldn't make a trip to Japan for the Shaka Shaka chicken. It's kind of mid. Like honestly, it's okay. It's not. I wouldn't make a trip for that. If you're here, I would try it, of course. But am I traveling right now? No, I'm not traveling right now. Oh, the Godzilla burger. Oh my god, the Godzilla burger was so good. So good. Godzilla burger at McDonald's. Man, no, I live in Japan, Nodman, but or Jigglypuffs, the Godzilla burger, I'm telling you. So when Godzilla came out here, they had something called the Godzilla burger, and it was so amazingly good. It had like an artisanal bread, what was it? A hash brown, and then some beef, and then it had like this spicy pepper sauce. Oh my god, guys, it was amazing. It was so good. It was honestly one of the best fast food I'd like. It was good. It wasn't even like fast food good. It was like good. Like I would have paid a lot more than what I paid for it. It was just like so delicious. And Japan, McDonald's in Japan isn't like McDonald's in America, you know what I mean? McDonald's in America, the cheese is like on the side of the burger. That's how much they care. But in Japan, it's like they have pride. They have pride in their food. And being a McDonald's employee isn't like something of shame or anything like that. It's actually not a bad gig or job. So they do their job right. And it is like ridiculously delicious, that Godzilla burger was. Oh my god, it was so good. So good. Man, these last 2 days have been pretty crap for this. Oh well. Yeah. It's good. It's gone now. It's gone. Everything is like seasonal in Japan, and that's what's kind of annoying. So you go through and you like something, right? You're like, oh, I love that. That's like my jammy jam. I'm all about whatever it is that they gave you. And then they go and make it seasonal. So it's super annoying when they do that, because pretty much everything is temporary, which is just really annoying. So that's the one annoying thing. Like if there's something you really love in Japan, it's gone really quick. It's just fine, right? Like not a big deal. Oh no. Alright, I guess I'll kill something while I'm here. These things are pretty thick once they start critting with that SOK Archron. Alright, let's go. How many Jar Jar has my guild unlocked? I don't know, probably very little. They're not very good at like focus farming things. Like I love the dudes, but not a lot. I honestly don't even know what their what their focus is, because they're pushing hard for things like Phoenix, which I love the guild, but they have really dumb, really you want your 501st to be like that? 501st will never be like this. Oh, like our full R9. I thought you were saying you want your 501st to be like JMK. I'm like, man, your 501st will never be like JMK. They could never elevate to this level. Philippines McDonald's? Yeah, so Asian McDonald's do have differences. I've been to the Philippines. I didn't have their McDonald's there. I ate things like snake. I ate at the resort a lot. So I was staying at like a really nice resort. A lot of, what is it? Lumpia. Stuff like that. But not much of the other stuff that's there. I did not go to the Philippines and try their McDonald's. Japan, so I will say convenience stores in Asia are really good. I'm not a guild leader, so my guild does whatever they want. Honestly, I don't care. They can do whatever they want. They just have their focus is like TW, or not? TW. So they do things for TW, but I think their focus is. But again, I'm not a guild leader, so you know, I'm just good soldiers follow orders, so that's what I do. Probably whenever I do leave my guild, probably one of the bigger reasons why I will leave them is I just don't like their lack of focus for things that I think are important. So their focuses are on things that I like. I wouldn't mind having like an 80% TW win rate and then actually completing things like Zepho and Mandalore, but their priorities are not things that get more resources. It's just winning TW, which, you know, they're TW guilds, so I get it. I don't know what all those words mean, Nod Man. I just understand Indian. So no, I'm not. So I'm not going to create drama in my guild. So generally this is how I've gone for it. Usually takes me about 6 months or so, but I'll go through a guild and then it'll get to a point where I feel like I don't agree, because it takes me about 6 months to get a really good feel for the guild, and in those 6 months I'll usually grow from like the bottom to like the middle or closer to the top, because I like grow my GP pretty quickly, and then I'll have an idea of like, okay, I don't really agree with a lot of the things where we're going with, and instead of causing a bunch of drama and trying to force 49 people to do what I want to do, I just find a guild that focuses on what I want to focus on, and then I join them. So there's no reason to create a bunch of drama with your guild leaders. If you just don't align with your guild, then find a guild that you align with, and it's honestly that simple. Like I don't need to go in and cause all that unnecessary heartache for everyone and drama, and then which the inevitability is I'm gonna charge your headset. Nice. Yeah, you probably should. I honestly don't believe in wireless stuff, so everything I have is wired. So here's my wire. So I just because of that, like I hate batteries, I hate charging things. All right, so now we're at the point where I could do some roster reviews. So it's time for, and plus wired, the longer you have them, the longer batteries last, you know. But let's start doing some roster reviews. So thanks for hanging in there, guys, while I did the minutia of my dailies. So let's get this wheel up to date. All right. Let's go in here. Get my Discord up and running. We'll add these guys. Who's the last dudes I added? P Daddy. So when you guys hear P Daddy, do you guys think Does that make you think of P. Diddy, right? Am I the only one wrong there who thought that? Like P. Daddy 100% makes me think of P. Diddy. Which, you know, like a year ago probably wouldn't have been as big of a deal. If you're like, oh, P. Diddy, you know, whatever. But now, times have changed. He's been canceled. So I personally wouldn't be walking around associating myself. I think he said that wasn't what he was going with, and it just was it wasn't even an association he thought of. But Boba Gone Wild, that's pretty hilarious. Alright, so I got that going. Let's copy and paste it over. Could also work for R. Kelly, can it? Hey Astro, thanks for following. So you also thought of it, yeah, right? It's really strong Diddy feels. So if you guys want to, you're probably not going to make it in time to get on my first spin, but if you guys want, go ahead, join up my Discord, put a request in too, and then I'll add you onto the list. It's quite a list. Yeah, people keep requesting. I try to knock it out, but you know, it just works like this. Every time I do one of these streams, I'll do like, I don't know, 3 or 4 reviews, and then like more than 3 or 4 people request. So it takes a minute to get through all these, and no matter how much I do, the list just keeps growing and growing and growing. So yeah, that's just how it is. No matter how much you do, the list is endless. It just keeps on going, and then I guess there's going to be a point where the people come back, right? And then like they add in, and then it just like keeps on growing. So I don't know how many people are on it. It's like it's above 60. Last time I counted, it was like 60 people. But it's getting up there, I guess. Did I Jack Best? So Jack Best, I'm not going to add you to the wheel because we're going to review each other. Like save, you get the, I'm going to delete your stuff. You get the, so Jack Best is a content creator. So we're going to review each other accounts. So I'm not going to review your account because we're going to make a video. So there's no reason. Sorry, buddy. I know you have some alts. So, but you're don't worry, you're gonna get the special treatment, dude. You'll get yours sooner or later. So I'm gonna remove you for now. Miss Scoozy. Yeah. But you'll get yours. We're gonna do something tomorrow, so just wait till tomorrow, dude. You'll be all right. Sorry, there's already like 60 some people here, so. But we'll go ahead, get our first spin, and then we'll start doing this. So who's gonna get it today? Who's the lucky man or later? Where can you follow Jack? You're a fellow content creator. So he's over on YouTube. So can you drop your YouTube link, Jack Best? Here, I don't mind sharing. Jack One Best. I know he does. I think he does most of his stuff on YouTube. Here, I'll put it in Twitch. Yeah, so there you go. Jack One Best. So there is a way to get a review without going on the wheel. So if anyone donates more than $5, you're welcome to do that. Then you'll kind of skip that'll be a premium review and you'll skip the list. But otherwise, yeah. Am I on the wheel, Captain? Does that sounds really aggressive, SWGOH. Here, let me read it real quick. As the wheel spins, just see if your name is on there, SWGOH. But I don't see why you wouldn't be on the wheel. If you put in a request, you're on, yeah, with the worst scoundrel right there. So you just have to look, SWGOH. There's only some 60 people on there. So all you got to do is do that. Which I forgot how to do. I forgot to do this because he kind of surprised me there. But here's a shout out to Shaka. Shaka is a good dude. Really funny guy. Every time I go in there into Shaka's stream, like every single time, he's doing the wildest thing. Bobbing for pickles. He's I don't know, like just doing I don't think there's ever been a time where I go into a Shaka stream and he's just doing something normal. Like he's always it's always off the wall stuff that he's doing, but it's a lot of fun. So I really do like Shaka. Really entertaining guy, really funny, really good dude, honestly. Like I don't use that name or that string of words very often, but he is honestly like a really good dude. So I really love his vibes. Did I recently start streaming? Yeah, kind of. I started streaming in I would say December of 2023. The bobbing for pickles, yeah. The trick is in the tongue when you bob for pickles, right? Like the trick is in the tongue. You gotta know how to I guess it depends on the size of the bowl too, but you just gotta know how to work that tongue. And that's the trick to life, I guess. Know how to work the tongue. With that skill, you can get anywhere. What's my pickle rec? Oh, I think he just did one. He just bobbed for one pickle. This took him a really long time. Yeah, you gotta use the tongue. It's the secret to life, Shaka. If you want to get ahead in life, you gotta work the tongue. There's many. You can take that for what you may think it is. You may think it's sexual. You may think it's not sexual. I'm not gonna say one way or another what way I'm leaning towards it, but you gotta work the tongue. Fogly, was that an insult towards my mother? Was that an insult towards my mother, Fogly? There's one thing I do not abide in my stream, and that's insults on the ladies of my life. They are sacrosanct. My mother is a saint. She's a wonderful person. This is some deep pickle talk. Yeah, pretty much. Work the tongue though. Trust me. You want to get ahead in life. If there's one thing I learned. Work the tongue. All right, so here we go. We're just gonna go ahead and do this and see who gets the wheel. Oh, is it DIGGER or is it Dawson? Oh, he did. Just by a hair. So Digger, he's been in here for a good amount of time, hanging out, waiting patiently for his time. It's good. So very patient, that dude. Very patient. All right, so let's see. What's the time stamp here? 44. All right. Just do this. What? I know you guys can't see this, but this is the message I get. There isn't a Star Wars Galaxy Heroes player connected to EA account. DIGGER010. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me find his stuff here real quick. I may have to do this through swgoh.gg if for some reason it's not letting me look at his account. I'll still review it. But I just gotta see what's going on with it. I've literally never seen that before. Never seen it before. Okay, there you go. Sweet. Sweet. I've seen it with R3 Night Sisters. I've seen someone do it with really low gear Night Sisters. I don't know how. Probably like perfect mods and odds or whatever. I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to do it once I gear 12 my once I gear 12 Marin. I think I'm gonna try to CT3 it. All right, so I do like this here. So they have the Marauder. Good amount. Let me turn this down just a little bit. So they have a good amount. So I like this. For some reason, Relic 3. Maybe just because that's the cheapest. Like it's just really quick. So this is good. I like this. Even 6.5 million GP, 3.4 in characters, 3.1 in ships. 2 years played. Nuts. All right, so a Lightspeed bundle extraordinaire over here. So they have Ray, SOKR, probably Starkiller hidden here somewhere maybe. Did you do it? CLS. Did he not buy the Starkiller packs? No, he didn't. Look at that. He has some self-control. Good for him. All right, so Ray, SOKR, were these purchased? Wow, Rose Omicron. You don't see those that often anymore. So Resistance. Relic 3. So did he must have farmed these. Right? Relic 3 on these means he farmed this? Maybe he bought a ships bundle? Yeah, maybe he bought a ships bundle. Interesting. Let's look at the first order. Interesting. Yeah, he bought this one. So maybe he farmed some or bought some of them, and because it's not like all completely packaged, right? So there's some people that bought maybe just the ships and farmed the other or something. I don't know, because there was a few bundles that would complete it. So either way, they have Ray, they have SOKR. I'm not gonna like try to decipher exactly what bundles they bought, but they bought bundles. So it looks like they're going for J&K right now with this R8 General Kenobi, I would guess. There's no reason to R8 General Kenobi unless you're going for that. Got some working Hoda, gas. Where are the Poncho Bros? So Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan, Relic 5, Relic 6. All right, Astro, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Here, I dropped you a follow. I'll check out your stream sometime. I do live in Japan, so I don't always get to see it, but next time you're on, I'll try to see. Check out your stream. All right, so I do like this. So I would say right away they should at least Relic 7 Master Qui-Gon Padawan Obi-Wan minimum. I do take them to I'm planning on taking them to R9 right now, but for 6.5 million, I don't know what their droid brain income is or any of the other relic materials, higher relics. So maybe I would say with them not having any of the Relic 9 requirements out there. So yeah, I would probably I would probably go with Relic 7 for them, quad, I'll just call them the Poncho Bros. Even without Quadme, they're still a good team. So that's good. Let's look at your assault battles real quick. So Imperial Troopers. So maybe once you finish, so I'll say this. You have decent participation, or you have decent fleet currencies with Negotiator and Executor. You can do a good amount of stuff. Right away, you need to fix this Executor farm 100%. So you need to take Razor Crest. You need to take this up to relics right away. So there's no reason. I would say minimum R5 Cad Bane, R3 BAM. So this needs to be fixed like immediately. Pancake, Nooch. Yeah, fix your farms. But this needs to be fixed like immediately, like absolutely. Like this is unsatisfactory. So that needs to be fixed. Once you fix that, you can start going. I would get this up and running. So gear 12 star, gear 12 veers, gear 12 range, and then R5 Dark Trooper. You don't have to do it right now, but have it in your farming pathway. So you can get that up and running. Let's see how far you are for the. So you're going for JMK. So you can go for, and this is why I hate early. Or JMK earlier than you need it. Where is it at? 6 stars. So I don't know how close you are to a 7-star Wat Tambor. Hey Iceman, how's it going? So I don't know what I would do for a 7s. Like I would hold off on JMK for now, at least until your Watt is 7 stars. So like I said, I don't know. You could be 100 shards away, or you could be 1 shard away. I don't know where you are from there, but I think what you need to do is start getting more assault battles in here. So you have, let's see your Night Sisters. So you have Night Sisters probably at like CT2 at least. You have CT3 for Sith. You don't have Jedi, so maybe CT1 for Jedi or something. Maybe. You don't have like a really strong leader here. So I would say there's some core ones that you're missing. So you're missing Rebels, you're missing both of the Imperial Troopers, and you're missing Jedi. So I would say this, while you're waiting for your Watt shards, I would finish I would finish probably CLS Rebels, try to do Imperial Troopers into Jedi Knight Luke as much as you can. And then once you have your Watt shards, then you can go ahead. Once you have those, you can go ahead and go all in onto JMK, finish your JMK, and then continue your assault battles, because you need to finish those as soon as you can. Imperial Troopers at the gears I said, CLS Rebels, and Jedi Knight Luke is the 3 that you need. So once you have those 3, then you'll be, and those give you 4 assault battles at CT4, so you can continue doing your Galactic Republic, JMK farms. You don't even have Cat, honestly. I don't know why you're rushing JMK. I honestly don't. You don't have Cat, you don't have Watt, but you're already too far. So go for JMK. So I'll say this, finish BAM, right? So your BAM needs to be finished. Once you finish BAM, like, I don't care what you're doing. Like, BAM needs to be your priority right now. So, Beskar Mando, #1 priority. Relic 3. While you're gearing up BAM, finish the relics on the Poncho Bro. Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan, take them to R7. Once you finish BAM to like at least R3, R5, wherever you're going to keep them, and you have R7 on Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, then while you're doing that, start working on CLS Rebels. Get them up to relics. This whole team. I would even say Relic 3 is fine for CLS, C-3PO, Chewbacca, Chewpio, Han Solo in the beginning. Once you start working on Leia, JML, and Jabba, then you're going to increase the relics on these teams as needed, because every single one of them is required for a GL. So once you work on Jabba, then you'll get up like C-3PO and Han Solo. Once you work on JML, you'll take up Chewbacca, maybe 3PO, or I don't know, I don't remember. And then Leia, you'll take R7, C-3PO, and CLS. So it'll be like R8, all R7s, and then R6 Chewbacca when they're finally done. But R3 across the board is perfectly fine for starting, and that'll get you a good team for conquest and all the other things you need to do. So and once you have your CLS rebels done, if you have Watt by then, go for JMK. If you don't, you should have been finishing the shards on your Imperial troopers in that time. So get these up and running. I already told you the gears and the characters you need for these. So do that, like finish your Imperial troopers, get them up and running. That's 2 assault battles that you would do. And then once you finish your JMK, you're going to go into the Jabba farm. So once you go into the Jabba farm, that's going to get you Jedi Knight Luke. And then once you finish Jedi Knight Luke, like you should be working on your shards for Hutt Cartel, and then get this team up and running for Jabba. So that's the farming pathway I would say for this account. That would be the most efficient pathway moving forward. Continue working on your ships. Don't ignore these. So you continue as you're like farming 2 hard node ships at a time until you're pretty much farmed every single ship. Buy all the ships out of the shipments as well. So I would finish off, like your negotiator's perfectly fine. Your executor needs some work. The next thing I would get up and running is Malevolence. After that, I would get your Chimera up and running. So TIE Defender, and then all the Empire fleet should be your 4th fleet that you focus on. Hopefully you'll start getting the TIE Interceptor soon so that you can use this fleet to counter executors. And then once you have your Scythe, then it'll counter Leviathans. I wouldn't recommend going for the Imperial Troopers until you have 4 GLs, 2 GL ships. So once you have like JMK, Jabba, I would get JML real quick because it's a quick farm. So you'll have 5 GLs, and then get Profundity real quick because it's really quick once you have JML Jabba. And then once you have that, then you go for Inquisitors, and that should be the last assault battle you need. Nice Plo Koon at R8, so that's really nice, so that you're able to counter executors with your Marauder. So your Marauder is like banging. So this is the variant that beats that can beat Leviathan. If you put in Plo Koon on the starting, then that's the variant that can beat Executor. So good job on that. So overall, like good account, good stuff. Like you have some TW Omicrons, some GAC Omicrons, a decent spread. I would say side farms, you should throw an Omicron on Savage. And then let's look at your Treya. So Savage, Treya, even at gear 12, are really good. So get Darth Nihilus, Darth Treya, Savage. Put an Omicron on Treya, put an Omicron on Savage as a side farm, and those teams are really good for you. Hey Caleb, I just saw Deadpool and Wolverine last night. Really good movie. I'm not going to talk about it other than to say I really liked it, but because I don't want to go into like spoilers and stuff. But excellent movie, excellent movie. I just asked that don't talk about spoilers in here because maybe a lot of people haven't seen it, and it's a wonderful, wonderul movie. So you should watch it if you haven't. But yeah, side farm, Nihilus, Treya, Savage, really good. Okay, Mega, I got you. I'll add you once I do the next spin. I'll update it before I spin it. All right, yeah. So that's all I have to say about this account. I guess we'll look at the mods real quick and then kind of close it out from there. Good SLKR mods. Your Ray mods are lacking. So what would I do to improve these Ray mods? So first of all, I would equip some mods on her. Probably an offense set, probably a health set as well. You know, a blend of offense and health primaries. You want like 200k health, 500 plus speed is pretty good, but speed doesn't matter too much. And over 10k damage as you can. But A little lesser lacking in the Ray mods there. So I'm sure you can get those up and running as soon as you can. You just got back from footy practice? Football, American football, or, you know, the world football? All right, 359, really fast Piet, honestly. This interests me. Let's look at the Imperial Troopers. What's your second fastest? So, dude, I have to ask this, right? I really do have to ask this. What in the F are you using this 359 Piet for? Like, what are you doing here? Like, what is this? You have like a Piet, right? 0 zetas on it, 359 speed. What in the F is wrong with you? Your fastest non-GL character, ridiculously fast mods on him. What is this? Goes in the bin. Goes in the bin. What are you doing with this dude? Like, I guess you can just throw him, because do you have an unaligned force user? Yeah, so I guess you just use him with Palpatine or something. But what a waste. What an absolute doggone waste. Piet can go under Vader. Yeah, I know. He throws them with Empire. I get it. But come on, dude. Come on. Like, as soon as you can, get your Imperial Troopers up and running. But honestly, I would put pilot mods on Piet right now and put these mods on someone else, like on a better character. Nah, I like, don't get me wrong. I get that there's things you can do with an Empire team, but hey, Stabby Chucker, how's it going, dude? But come on. Like, where would I put those mods? I don't even know, because his account isn't like super developed, but like excellent mods overall. But like, what a waste. What an absolute waste. Once you get your Imperial Troopers up and running, nice Piet and everything, but geez, dude. 350? Man, Digger, I didn't know you were like this, dude. I didn't know. Oh, 1 health. This always like trips me out, right? Like 1 health. It's hilarious. All right, so decent mods, dude. Decent mods. I hope you get your Imperial Troopers up. Why did I have my coffee like way up? This is like, I don't know if you noticed this, but where my face is, my hand is vertical. Look how like high this thing is. I guess I'm distracted. 151. I don't know, like on Zori or something. Like I feel like those Piet mods can be used somewhere else in this account. Quad May or something. Like you can throw them on Quad May. Would be nice. Somewhere, but you don't have to. But I feel like those mods are wasted because you're literally doing not much with that account. You can put them on Bad Batch Echo, right? Like you can get some good Bad Batch going. La Bad Batch. If you don't have Bad Batch Echo up and running, I swear. I have a feeling. I don't know why I have a feeling, but I have a feeling like Bad Batch Echo is going to be like Gear 8 or something. Oh! Why? I knew it. I had a feeling. I don't know why. I had a feeling. This is the sign of a guy who does not finish his farms. Like, at least like Bad Batch Echo is the one you want the fastest, right? This is the fastest. Jeez. Man. This is a waste opportunity. If you're going to have... I understand, if you're going to have Tech, Wrecker, and Hunter up and running, get Echo up and running. Like, you can leave Omega in the trash where she belongs. Like, you don't have to do anything with Omega. Just leave her where she is. But, and I'm not saying you need to do this above anything else that I've said, but the time when you farmed this, I would have got... Because you even put, like, the Zetas on this dude. The Zetas. honestly, I would probably put these guys, like 2 of them with Quadme or something. Maybe Hunter and Tech or something, I don't know. With Quadme, probably work. You could probably still use this team if you put some abilities on this guy, then you could use them. Doesn't even have like level 15 mods on him. What a waste. What a waste. Get Echo up and running, dude. Not anytime soon. Once you finish like your assault battles. So I'll say this, once I finish everything that I told you to do, and you're looking for like a side farm in between, because you should go like GL assault battle, GL assault battle is how I weave everything in, and then just side farm. So whenever you get a chance, like just as a side farm, just finish this dude up and get this team fully functional. Like you just need one more dude. And this is the foundation. This is the linchpin. This is the key to the engine. You have a car without the key to the engine here, and you may be able to do some stuff with it, but come on, dude. Not a priority right now, but I don't know why. I had a feeling. I was like, he probably doesn't even have bad Checo. All right, but either way, I don't know. Yeah, you have the Zori Rose. That's fine. I don't know, dude. But I already gave you a farming pathway. Good mods overall. I don't know what's going on with Ray or where her mods are. You're probably doing raid stuff right now, so your mods are probably on your Ray, right? So yeah, I imagine you probably like took mods so that you can get these guys up and running for whatever you're doing. Maybe, I don't know. So maybe you're in the middle of doing some raid stuff, and that's where your Ray mods are. But either way, can I make sure you're on the wheel? Can I make sure you're on the wheel, Debs? Yes, I can. I can. All right, but yeah, dude. Good, honestly surprising. Like, oh, you've been playing for 2 years, but you have some highs in your account, and then you have some lows. So like, don't get me wrong, I don't agree with going for JMK where your account is right now because of Watt and Commander Sokotano. But if you're gonna 7-star Watt soon, and you're going to but all my advice is factored around when you finish those, and you just have to use critical thinking on how you factored in the farming pathway with JMK, because there's no reason to continue on with it right now until you finish Watt. And then even if you have JMK without Cat, that's pretty luster lacking material right there. So something to think about. All right, so reviews. So we got 3 more, and this is what I was saying. Boba Gone Wild, dude, you don't have to like post multiple times. If you're on the list, you're on the list until you get your review. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna like remove you off the list until you get your review. So if you guys post in here, you don't have to specifically post again until you get your review. So, but a surprisingly good account. I don't know why, but I had low expectations for him. I don't know if that says something about me or if that says something about him, but for some reason I had lower expectations for his account. But like, honestly, like, not bad. He shows that he has some amount of discipline towards finishing farms, but he like specifically farms until he gets what he wants out of it, not until it's like the most convenient. Because I don't think I would ever advocate just to gear up those 3. And if I would, President Yi, you posted before? I'm gonna delete this too. I don't care about context, to be honest. So I'm deleting your stuff. I didn't read it. I'm sorry. I'm honestly not sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. But it is what it is. I'll figure out what your account is, especially if you're level 45. I think I'll figure it out. Not the biggest deal in the world. I really don't need context for that. Alright, so go back to the wheel and interact with it. So remove that dude. And then let's see who's the next. Hey, Jesus Dominguez. How's it going, dude? Mr. Dominguez. Round and round we go. Who it'll land, no one knows. Please. Yeah, I removed you, Stabby. Pretty sure I did. I'm pretty good about that stuff. Like keeping it, yeah, I did. You are welcome to submit again whenever you feel like you want to review again, but you're more than welcome. I will say this too. If you guys, if it does land on you and you're here and you want to get in voice chat, as long as you're not a hole of the butt, then I will allow you to. So if you start saying some crazy stuff, then I'll remove you. But I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy to do it. Pilot mods, konnichiwa, Yaba. Or it's kind of the morning here, so Ohio gozaimasu, Yaba-san. All right, so pilot mods here. Let me go over this concept real quick. So this is a pilot. He has mods, right? But these are not pilot mods. These are good, like legitimate mods, because Radis is still a good character. But there's pilots here. Here, let's go. Here, I know a good one who has pilot mods. So like Sith Assassin here. So Sith Assassin for me has pilot mods. So they're all 6-dot mods. But do you see how they like suck? They also, oh, this is actually a decent mod right here. I may have to steal this one. I'm gonna steal this one right here. This isn't bad, honestly, not bad. Offense % with a health with 15 speed. I'm gonna steal this one. But either way, so pilot mods. Pilot mods are just these 6-dot mods. That's it. Like I just needed 6-dot mods. So I created crap mods. Like these mods are not good mods. But for pilots, you need 6-dot mods, these gold mods, to make the ship as good as it can be, because it increases the stats. Not everything increases pilot stats. So like abilities, levels, stars, and mods do. So I increase all the and it all like depends, right, on the ship and if it's worth it or not, or if it's worth putting a Zeta or not, or 6-dotting them. But essentially it's just 6-dot mods, and the stats on the mods don't matter. So if you notice, I have a speed set here, but it's not a complete set, because it doesn't matter, because I really don't care about Sith Assassin. Like it's just a pilot. I care about the ship. Sometimes I use her honestly with Malgus, but even then, like, she's fine. Even at 260 speed, she does what I need for her to do. So but this is just a character, and then she just has these mods because she's a pilot, if that makes sense. So does that answer your question? Like pilot mods are just 6-dot mods that aren't good. Like they're just here because they have because they increase the stats of the ships. Where normally I would be like, this mod is crap, this mod is crap, like this mod is crap, this mod is crap. I'm not gonna 6-dot it, but because I just needed any mods on her, I just created pilot mods to throw on her that didn't necessarily have my standards, because it's harder to find those mods, and then it's kind of a waste to have a really good, and a good example here that I have is my dash. So like my dash on Shui, I don't care too much about dash, and I slowed him down some, but he's like 331 speed, and I stole these because of like JMK, but he can survive off pilot mods, but I just don't have enough pilot mods. I know it's a curse. So he has like good mods. Like, this is a fantastic mod. That's a fantastic mod. This is a decent mod. So he has okay mods. So yeah, like so these aren't pilot mods, but they serve the same functions, but the speed on it doesn't matter. But Dash is still a good character, so I don't mind having good mods on him. But that's why you would have that's why you would have pilot mods and what pilot mods are, if that makes sense. Yeah, another good example is, let's go to my bounty hunters. So Cad Bane. So Cad Bane has pilot mods. So these are all like super crap mods that I just created specifically for Cad Bane because I never use this character. So he has crap mods, but he's just a pilot. And then I'm missing one 6-stat mod on him because I just need this, because I need the speeds to be right. So I needed him to be like 180. And then what did I, bam. Hold on, why is he missing a mod? I think the speeds are messed up on him. I'm gonna have to fix that sometime. Okay, no, 180, 179. So it's right. So I pulled off one mod on each of them. So the speeds are 179, 180. So that the speeds are right. So again, like pilot mods on Bam. He probably should have better mods. But I don't care. I really don't care about Bam that much. Wonders of the Force, it gets activated without it, and that he's a Wonders of the Force like machine for me. That's all I need him for. So those are pilot mods. All right, so we'll do another spin of the wheel. So right now, yep, I added one person there. So let's get it going. You had a R8 your Bane? Oh, Cad Bane. Honestly, if you have triple attacker, I don't think it's like the craziest thing in the world. I have the speed set for Houndstooth, but if as a triple attacker, I don't think it's like the end of the world if you have the speeds different. It's like if you're going for the Leviathan counter, the speeds that matter are like IG. And honestly, once you stop using Executor for like daily stuff to counter like Profundity and Executors, and you just have it on defense, or you're using it to counter Leviathan, the only thing that really matters is IG, because the key is like, does IG survive or not? So having the higher relics on IG is really the key. So it's good that you put higher relics, R7, R8 on them. And maybe I'll do it at the same time once I do Bo-Katan, but I haven't done her yet. So maybe then, and then I'll get like all three of them to like R7, R8. Yeah, but IG is the linchpin of that. Like IG is the important one. So honestly, if I was you, hey, thanks, Mika. So I would say, if you were going to do that, I would have rather you get IG up and running at a higher relic than Cad Bane, to be completely honest with you, because he's the one that needs to go first. He's the one that like is targeted. So if you go after the triple attacker, who do you go after first? Like always IG. So he is the one that needs to survive. Like he's the one that needs to be as thick as possible. And then for the Leviathan counter, he's the one who needs to go first. So if you were going to do that, I probably would have rather you kept your Cad Bane to R5 and then got IG to R8. Would have made the fleet better, but there's nothing you can do right now, right? Like it is what it is. You can't go in the past and change things, but in the future, if you ever want to, and it's hard because it's an older ship, even though it's still a good ship, it's older. But one day I'll increase the relics on my Executor. My guild wanted me to, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then I thought about it and I was like, I'm not going to do that. So I didn't. All right, let's spin this wheel. All right. We have Isalnia. Good for her? Him? Sounds kind of feminine, does it not? I don't want to like insult this person, but to me that sounds like a very feminine sounding name. Let's just say them. Let's just hit them with the them. We'll just pronoun it out. But them, they, them. So they got granted a free roster review from the wheel. All right. So the Beastmaster with unlimited team power. Excellente. They are based. They, them. All right. So Chromium 3, I would like to see some better fleet. So what this tells me, if you're 23 with an executor, after how much time do you have played? Oh geez, that's why, because they probably have Leviathans. This person has as much time played as I do. So they have 11,500. So 2.5 years played. 2.5 years, 6.8 million GP, 3.7 characters, 3 in ships. So maybe they are stuck in the 20s, because Executor honestly can't, like, you can get this to beat Leviathans, but you have to make the speeds really, really weird, and you have to go with triple tacker. So I don't know. Like, there's one guy, we'll come back to this account, but there's one guy in my shard, and he is doing, yeah, this guy, Dr. Nava. So he does really well with this fleet, but if you see, he has like Relic 8, Relic 8, Relic 9. And this fleet is a really strong fleet, like a really, really strong fleet. I almost lost with it with my Leviathan because I was not paying attention, and I almost lost. It was close. It was a nail biter. So this is a good fleet. I'm sure when he's playing it, it's a banger fleet. But if you look at this guy, he's climbing in a world of like, we have one Executor, one Profundity, and then it's all like pretty much all Leviathans from there. So this guy is able to compete with an Executor. So if you only have an Executor and you have a bunch of Leviathans, then you should clock your Executor to beat Leviathans. But the Executor that can beat Leviathans is weaker against the Mirror and the Profundity. So it's like a trade-off. And that's the thing about Executor. It's all about the turn order. So when you make the turn order clocked right for Leviathan, it's weaker against the Profundity and the Executor. Unless you do this where you have like all super high relics, then I'm sure it just performs pretty well. But it depends. It all depends, right? So, but the point of that is saying that this player can compete in their shard even if it's filled with Leviathans. Like, they absolutely can, and they don't have to juice up their relics. They just have to make IG faster than the Executor, and you can do that by putting 6 dot mods on IG and taking them to relic 7 maybe, and then pulling mods off of Piet, so, and giving them 5 dot mods. So ideal, I don't know, it's up to you guys. So JML, I will say this, while you're farming your GLs, I would say there's almost no reason to have a non-relic GL by the time you unlock them, believe it or not. The reason that is you have enough time when you're unlocking them to, and especially as you're finishing up the relics and everything, you should have enough time to get all the Chirotech, all the Gear 12 pieces, and this is pretty much like Gear 12 pieces here, all the left side pieces, all the right side pieces. You have enough time to do it so that you can pretty much, once you unlock them, take them up to like relic 7 as soon as possible. I would say even me, so when I unlocked JMK, I unlocked him within like, it was a day, like literally a day, because they had those $5 packs and I had preloaded tickets as well. And I literally unlocked JMK in a day. I finished the alt within like a week. But I still had I think it was Relic 1 because I finished I still was able to take them at least to Relic 1 on the same day because like this, I used all my signal data for the requirements, but I still was able to have all the chirotech. I was still able to have the left side and the right side pieces, like all the actual gear, and it was the signal data that was holding me back. And then I had to farm the signal data and immediately farmed them as quick as the signal data as fast as I can to take them to Relic 7. So I don't think there's any excuse to have a non-relic GL. I think if you properly plan, you should be able to do that. So that's kind of like on you. So in the future, I would say just make sure that you plan out your GL farms so that you have the gear ready, and then as best as you can for the relic material and everything else you need to get them up to Relic 7 as soon as possible. That's a fast B1 maybe? 328. That's a crazy fast B1. I don't know if you're probably doing the yeah, so I'm not going to be able to look at their mods because they're modded for the raid right now. So all their mods are on for the Battle of Naboo. They're probably doing the B1 trick, which I have a video for that. So on the B1 trick and how to do it. So good on them getting that up and running. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder who they use. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so they use 4. Maybe this is enough. But I would say you would. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can do it. Well, you have the Zeta here, so yeah, maybe this can get it done. But I required Darth Maul because I don't have the Zeta on B2 to get the B1 to have any amount of stacks by the end of phase 2 to be able to juice them up to like 1,000 stacks. So hopefully you can do it without Maul, but if you can't, you're probably gonna have to take like Sidious or Maul or something to at least R5 so that you can get that done. So, but it's not a bad investment. All right, so JML. Let's look at what you have here. So you do have the 501st. Let's look at this. So I'm not the biggest fan. So whenever I see an account that, and this is why I tell people, whenever I see an account that has like, because at 2 years they're at 6.8 million, which isn't horrible, but they bought Lightspeed bundles, right? And whenever I see accounts that have a little less GP than I would expect for the amount of time played, usually they have stuff like they farmed gas, they farmed Lord Vader, they farmed things that just aren't giving them more resources. And if you want to, and nothing against this player, their progress, everything that they have here is fine. They have CLS Rebels, gas, SOKR, JML, Jedi Knight Luke, no Star Killer, but they have some yeah, no Star Killer, but they have Mara Jade, so maybe they're working on that right now. But not a bad account. I'm not like dunking on this dude or anything like this, but all I'm saying is this is why I don't like farms like the gas bundle, because they don't give you more income. It's so prohibitive to the account, and then it like you have to put your resources into something. Hey, thanks Nathan for the follow. So when you put your resources into something and that something isn't giving you more resources back, then you're slowing your progress compared to those that are farming things that are giving something them back, because the next thing they farm is faster, and then the next thing they farm is faster, and then the next thing, and it like kind of builds on that, and you build your resources faster and faster and faster. So Executor, that's good. I like that. Let's look at your speeds. 180. 181. Yeah, so this is fine. Totally fine. I don't know. So, like, honestly, I would consider putting one more relic on BAM and pulling off like a mod or something, a mod or two, and putting a 5-dot mod, because I would rather have BAM at Relic 3 and be able to put a full-on Datacron on the team than have them at Relic 2 and have all 6-dot mods. So something to think about, you can pull off 1 or 2 mods on him, and then see what his speed is after you put him on Relic 3. So Relic 3 him, pull off some mods to keep the speed at 180, and then change some 6 mods to 5 mods to keep the speed the same, and then that gets the same thing, but then now you can use BAM. You can use BAM in a team with Datacrons, and then it also saves you some 6 mods that you can use with other characters. So something to think about as well. All right, let's look at your ships real quick. So you have Negotiator, Malevolence. It looks like the Negotiator, Malevolence are fully fleshed out. Yeah, so this is a fully fleshed out Negotiator team. No Marauder, which is fine. You don't need the Marauder right away. So that's something. Does he have his Bane full 6 dot? Probably not. Like, his speeds are right, Jack Bass. So it's I don't really care what his mods are. But his speeds are right. It's like 180, 181. So he probably has like all 6 dot mods on Bane. Cad Bane, and then BAM has the all 6 dot mods as well. So yeah, it's whatever. I would take your Spy to gear 12 just to like finish out this team at all gear 12. Like, Spy is an important part of this team. It's not like crazy. It's like gear 11, right? But I would still do it. It's like, it's really cheap, right? Practically free. So I would just get that one last gear level if you could, because if you're using, and I'll tell you why. If you're using the Malevolence to counter, because right now, what counters do they have for, let's say, you know, Devil's Advocate here, right? So he puts like his Executor on defense or something, and then he has to face an Executor and a Profundity on defense. How can he do that? So he can use the Finalizer if he has the Thai Enchilada, which, do you? Whoops. Misclicked. So you do. So you could use this to take out the Executor, but how are you going to take out the Malevolence, right? How indeed. So what you can do is you use the Separatist fleet. So you use the Malevolence, and then Spy is the starting part of the RNG of whether or not you're going to have the survivability to win. Like, the RNG is your Spy will probably get attacked. Pretty good chance the Spy gets attacked in the beginning. Will your Spy survive that initial volley? So if you at least have your Spy at like gear 12, maybe that'll save. So you bring the Separatist fleet, and then you bring the Thai bomber as your first reinforcement here, this Thai bomber, and that has a very good chance to win. So I would say it does have an actual tangible benefit to increase the gear level on Spy, because the more gear you have on Spy, the less RNG you have. And you know, we're just playing the odds, right? Like, when you play with ships, sometimes you have good RNG, sometimes you have bad RNG, and usually those who have bad RNG are those that don't invest fully into their fleets. And honestly, that's why I bought the Geonosian bundle. And if it ever comes back, if you guys are wondering, should I buy that bundle? I would say for the Malevolence alone, like, yeah, they're also great in TW if you just put on that Pogglekron, but for the Malevolence alone, it was worth it because it increases the relics on these pilots, which makes that Malevolence counter a lot more reliable. So I would say gear 12, and then if the bundle ever comes back, consider buying it, because it's a good bundle for making the Malevolence a way more reliable fleet to counter Profundity. No, Pigster. So the Executor to 6 stars is not about the is about the speeds. Hey Ren2G, it's about the speeds. So if you 6-star the Executor and you put it at if you bring the Executor to 6 stars, it doesn't matter about the abilities. It's gonna change the speed on this, and this is a slower PS. Is it? No, never mind. I guess 192. 194 is the ninth. relic 9. But if you take this to 6 stars, it's gonna change the speeds, which changes the turn orders, which makes the fleet perform not as well as a 5-star executor. And that's why you don't take it to 6 stars, is because it changes the speeds. Executor fleets 100% are about the turn order. That's it. Like, turn order is king for executor. Like, turn order determines everything. You want to counter Leviathan, you have to have your turn order right. You want to counter other executors, you have to have turn order right. If you want to beat profundities, believe it or not, turn order. Like, turn order is very, very important for executor because of the mechanics of the fleet. So if you have your turn order wrong, which is 6-star executor just has a really, really odd, it just kind of like messes with the turn order, which messes with the effectiveness of the fleet. So it doesn't mean you can't use it or it's not effective. It just means that it's less effective than it can be, and you're going to run into issues of RNG where you're going to go against mirrors and lose, and you're going to go against like profundities and possibly lose. So that's why you don't want to take it to 6 stars. It has nothing to do about the taunt on healing, because I don't even know why you got that. That's super old. That's like ridiculously old. That's like 3 or 4 years old. And it used to be so target ally recovers 100% in protection, and then it used to be if it's a bounty hunter, they gain foresight for 2 turns and they taunt for 2 turns. That used to be what it says. Instead, now it says if they are also a tank, they gain taunt for 2 turns. So that doesn't matter. So you're talking about, like, I don't know what video you saw, Pigster, but you're looking at like a ridiculously old video that has been fixed pretty much very, very soon after the executor came out. So it's not about we only need to keep them from escaping. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with like the turn order, the speed of the ship. So that's it. So you're talking about some like super old stuff. Like I don't know when the executor came out. But you're talking about like when the executor first came out, then it was a problem, because when you healed the Razor Crest, it would put taunt on the Razor Crest, which would kind of like defeat the purpose of healing it. So you're talking about something that is like ridiculously old, like a problem that no longer exists. So hey DCU, good morning. All right, so what would I do for this account? So finish JML. Let's look at the assault battles real quick. So I would get this Dark Trooper up and running. So finish JML, get Range Trooper to Gear 12, Dark Trooper to Relic 5. Let's look at your Jedi. I would get... I don't see them. So Master Qui-Gon, Padawan, Obi-Wan, I would start farming them. So once you finish JML, I would farm those 2. So you don't even have them unlocked. So for some reason, that is the... Honestly, I'm trying to be nicer here, right? Like, I'm trying to be a nice guy. Trying to be nice. But not having Master Qui-Gon or Padawan Obi-Wan unlocked is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. When the assault battle comes in, as long as you have both of them at all, then you get free shards of them, and you get 2 million credits just for them existing. Like, you can use Qui-Gon to beat the event. But if they just Gear 1, Level 1, both of them unlocked, which would cost you 200 credits, then you would get 2 million credits a month, and then 5 free stars or 5 free shards of either Master Qui-Gon or Padawan Obi-Wan. So that is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. If you have those 2, unlock them. If you don't have them, I farm them, unlock them. At least bare minimum, like, have them unlocked, because it's free stuff. Like, it's free. 2 million credits a month, absolutely free. But I would say once you finish your JML, unlock, and then 7-star Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon. And then you have Jedi Knight Luke, right? Because you have Jedi Master Luke. So let's look at your hut cartel and then let's determine how much you need to farm. Okay, so you're pretty good here. So you can start the Jabba farm. So I would say 7-star Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan, get the Qui-Gon hut cartel farm up and running as soon as possible. So you have CLS Rebels, so that's good as well. So once you finish that, you can start moving on to like other things. So if you want to, before you go all into Jabba, you can get the Imperial Trooper team up and running. You already have the Zetas, and you're pretty close. So it's just one relic. So Dark Trooper Relic 5, that's going to give you a GL cleanup team. It's going to beat Geos and TW. It's going to beat a lot of Sith Empire without Malgus. It can beat Jedi Knight Revan teams. Like you, at this point of the game, I'm running out of uses out of them because they're kind of getting boxed out when your opponent has every single thing in the game. But you can use this all the way up into like, and you could always use them in Kyber 2 as a cleanup as well. So I would say, and I still use them pretty regularly as well. Not every time, but pretty regularly. So R5, Dark Trooper, Gear 12 Range Trooper before Jabba. So the Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, Imperial Troopers, that's going to give you 2 assault battles at CT3. I have guides in my assault battle guides from there. And then you can go straight into Jabba, finish Jabba. Once you finish Jabba, you're going to have 3 GLs. So at that point, you can either go for Profundity or you can go for Leia. So that has some really good farming synergy. So that's what I would say. I would get those up and running as far as a farming pathway. That would be really, really good. And then if you have, if the resistance bundle comes back, then you can buy the resistance bundles and farm Rey really cheaply. So they'll probably come back sometime around November or December. I think we should have the SOKR. We should have, thanks for subscribing, Steve. So we should have the SOKR and we should have the Rey bundles by November or December. November is the game's release, like its birthday is in November, and we get stuff in November. And then December is Christmas, and Christmas they're going to want to put some Lightspeed bundles. So get your wallets ready, set some money aside if you are looking to buy some bundles, because I think November and December, a lot of these bundles are going to come back. I don't know which ones, I don't know how many, but I would say a safe bet is the SOKR and the Rey bundles are probably coming back sometime in November and December. If I had purely a guess, you know, TM, don't hold me to it. I'm saying probably if they are coming back, that's a good time that they would come back. So sometime in there before the end of the year, we should be seeing them again. So you can fit in Rey once you have that bundles, and then that'll be your 4th GL, more than likely, if I had to guess. At that point, you can go for Profundity Leia, or you can go Profundity Inquisitors. So it's up to you on what you want to do, but I would recommend that. Let's look at your mods real quick. Oh yeah, I can't look at your mods. So other than that, like, decent account overall. Yeah, I would say, yeah, decent account overall. Like, you can, don't forget to like keep farming your ships. And next fleet I would probably start building up is this Empire fleet, because I would take Iden to Gear 12 actually sooner or later. So maybe at the same time you're working Imperial Troopers, I would take Iden to Gear 12, give her mods, because if you have Iden at Gear 12, then this fleet can be Executor. Like, it absolutely can. So you go with Imperial TIE Fighter, TIE Advance, and then you can put any of these in the 3rd. You can go TIE Bomber if you don't need it. You can go Emperor Shuttle, TIE Reaper, whatever. It literally doesn't matter, because you're going to go with TIE Defender as your first, and she as your first reinforcement, and she's going to carry the team, at least as long as she's at least Gear 12. So yeah, it's Jack 1 Best. If you bought all of them, it's around like 5 million-ish GP if you bought all of them. So yeah, so that's what I would recommend as far as this account. overall, like, decent, right? Decent. The next fleet I would do is that Chimera, and then start one fleet at a time. One fleet at a time. You know, you have your Executor, you have your Malevolence, you have your Negotiator. Chimera should be your next one. Then probably Profundity. Then you can start working on like Radis and Executrix and Home One or whatever else. Just like, but just don't stop. Keep farming. I like how you're farming all the ships and everything, all the stars. Farm all of them. Farm everything that you can. And like, don't stop. So I'm sure there's some things that you're missing. Maybe. Do you have them all? Maybe you have all the ships at 7 stars. I don't know. I don't see any. Oh, you're missing the comeuppance. So the comeuppance is pretty important. It sucks that you didn't get it. I would say once you have this fleet up and running, at least get like a, I don't know, 5-star comeuppance or something for the reinforcement with Radis. It's really good, especially if you have a relic story. So once you get this bundle and you have the comeuppance in here, then really good. Really good. All right, but that's what I would say for this account. Good job, good progress. I think in like 6 months, a year, this account's going to be pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. I wouldn't specifically farm for Star Killer right now. You can as a side farm, but I would finish your at least your assault battles, Jabba, the bros of everything I said, and then from there you can kind of like do whatever you want. So yeah, good account. Good account, honestly. Good foundation. I like accounts that farm ships, honestly. Not everyone farms their ships. Not everyone does. All right, what time is it? 11:30. I don't know how many more free ones I'll do. Oh, I should probably do this. Knock this stuff out. While I'm doing this, do you guys have any, you guys can hit me with whatever questions you have or whatever, as I buy my stuff. So Mark 7s, ships are your downfall, I guess. Speeding Shadow, did you submit a request here in Discord? I don't remember seeing your name anywhere. Pretty good with names. I don't think I've ever seen your name in Discord unless you named yourself something else. Hey Rayrock, how's it going? So Mark 7, I stopped buying these. I really did. So the reason I did is I have at this point like 4,000 chromium transistors. So I'm like, I have all this stuff to crunch up too. So I'm going to slow my roll on these. Need to make dinner? Go make dinner, dude. Yeah, but chromium transistors. So if you want, like, these are the ways Mark 7 Blast Tech weapon mods. But I'm just gonna start kind of like hoarding up on that guild material because I still use them for the gear 11 to 12 pieces because they're really expensive for Mark 1s. But I have so many. Maybe when I go down to like 1,500 of these or something, I'll start buying them again, but at the time I don't feel the need to buy them. It's just so many. I think I had like 5,000 not too long ago, but I just yeah, see, I still have like 270 of these. So I like these, you get so quick, like just unnecessarily so. So I think I'm gonna start like just hoarding up the material. And then once I get down to like, I don't know, 1,500 of these or something, I'll start farming these again. Maybe 2,000, 1,500, I don't know. And then I'll start building a horde again. But my scavenger pieces, I'm like, it's signal data. Signal data is my my bottleneck. Like signal data is the only thing I need. Everything else, I just like, I have so much of that it's nothing's an issue. So yeah, it's in Discord in number 2. You don't have to if you want to. I heard you were talking about it before, or I saw you mention it. But you just submit it in here in number 2 for roster reviews under Captain's roster reviews, and then I'll like put you on my list for the wheel. So if anyone wants to skip the list or skip the wheel, you're more than happy to, or you're more than welcome to donate anything more than $5, and then that'll allow you to skip the wheel. But otherwise, the wheel, we all fall under the wheel. The wheel rules all with an iron fist. All right. Nice. Yeah, I'm still working on that right now. So Padawan Obi-Wan does not want to drop the shards. I only started, it's only my second day of shard farming, so I'll get them up and running. Before August I'll get them. Because I already put the Zetas, so now I just need 2 more Zetas for them, and then I'll start working on Leia. This morning I did record my account overview, so I'll probably post that today, or tonight for me. So probably tomorrow for you guys. Tomorrow morning for you guys in the US. I'll post my account overview of just what I'm doing next and where I'm going, what I'm gonna do with it. So this Secrets and Shadows. I have not been. Has anyone done this with Phoenix? Has anyone done this with Phoenix? Like, I'm having issues with this, and I'll show you here. I don't know if this is even possible. No, I'm not. So not until I have, because I can do CT1 for. I'm doing CT1 for my, what do you call it? For this. So I've done CT1. This is CT2. But I don't feel necessary, or I don't feel like it's necessary to do a CT1 guide. Maybe I'll do it with Night Sisters, but you have beat it with CT2 with Phoenix, because I'm having trouble, and I'll show you where I'm having trouble with it. And I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, because my speeds aren't bad. Like my Rex is like 340 speed. Everyone else is around like 270. And as you can see, they're doing well. I don't have any issues with phase 4. It's the last phase that I'm like struggling with. So I'll show you. Yeah, so I'm struggling with the last phase. So I don't know what Lacrack your dude was smoking when he did this. But my team is struggling really, really hard. So I'll show you where my issue is. Sometimes when I do this, I do it on stream and it just like works. I don't know why. Some streamer luck, I guess. But I want to show you what issues I'm having with it, and then maybe you guys can point to something I'm doing wrong here, or like what was successful for you guys. Because I think it's possible to beat CT2 here. You have to use Chopper. Like you have to use Chopper. Chopper is the only thing that makes this work. Because when he assists, he does his basics. That's what lowers, as everyone assists, Chopper's basics is what lowers everyone's cooldown. Otherwise, you would run out of like juice. So you would run out of specials. So you have to have Chopper. Like you have to. Like non-negotiable. And I'm thinking maybe what I have to do is I'm thinking maybe I take out Sabine and add in Zeb to stun him is what I'm thinking. So I don't know what it is. What's up? But I'm like, I am absolutely getting bodied, and I think maybe what I need to do is add Zeb. So maybe I'll try this afterwards without like Sabine, or maybe without Kanan. Maybe without Kanan. So I know I can do. Yeah, Kanan's cleanse is good, and it gives you more survivability. But I don't know. I don't know if he can be stunned. Yeah, but I feel like he makes this phase possible. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like without Kanan here, we would be in trouble. Which leads me to believe maybe we don't need Sabine. But I feel like Sabine makes everything possible. I don't know. I don't know. So that's like the problem. Like you need all these guys. These are like the core, and Sabine is usually the flexible one. But as you can see, she puts like all the stagger. She puts a bunch of like good stuff out there. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so I feel like Sabine is needed. I feel like all this guys are needed. And then I'm just gonna show you what happens. Because I just can't. And it's not these phases. These phases I just like walk through no problem. It's at the very end. It's at the very end. And I can't do it. I can't do it. I always just do all my I target everything on corrects. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, and I'll show you. Maybe someone else knows the secret, or there's a secret to this to beat it at Challenge Tier 2 that I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe there's just like something that I don't know that is what needs to change here. So we'll see. But as you can see, like I'm just like walking through these, like absolutely walking through. Yeah, so I just can't get phase 8. Like phase 8 is just a monster, and he takes so many turns. And he increases cooldowns. He, once he eats one of my dudes, he becomes like prohibitively thick. So I can't kill him in time. And then he's so quick that he just like slowly just annihilates the whole team. And I can't get them down, you know? So I can't seem to figure it out. I honestly didn't put that much effort into it just because I didn't want to like sit here and just keep doing this. Let's do this. So save his taunt. But he seems to always go for him for whatever reason. So, and sometimes he just like kills someone right off the bat. See? Like, what do I do for that? And then I have to like work through this guy, right? So at this point, the 3-star is done. No, I've taken some turns where I go first, but he's so fast, right, that it's hard. And at this point, he's so thick that I can't even kill him fast enough. Like, look how much damage I'm doing. It is like absolutely nothing. Like, you see? And then he's gonna kill someone before it's time, before I can do that again. So, taunt, no. Okay, do this. Oh, I probably should have gave him taunt. Let's see if I can loop around. Do that. Do this. Give him taunt. He dispels my taunt. So here, let's do that. Oh, man. But his health is like incredibly thick because I'm trying to work through his protection here, but his health is like what's ridiculous, not his. I'll do this. But as you can see, like he's gonna just start murking my dudes here in a second. Do this. Yeah, see? And now he's even thicker. Even thicker. Thick like hell. And now I can't see, jacking up my cooldowns now. He's gonna start taking a bunch of turns and he's just gonna kill his next person. So do this. Do that. Do these. Oh, getting close, maybe. Alright, so I got the 2-star, but I can't beat it on like 3 stars. I think it's impossible. I think it's impossible. Alright, beat it with 1 star. But it's like prohibitively difficult. I don't know how to beat it with 3 stars. So I don't know. I don't know how to do it. So it's pretty difficult, right? Like pretty difficult. And I would like to 3-star it, but I can't. Not with that team. Not with that team. So yeah. But maybe I'll just have to like play through it every time or something. I don't know. Yeah. Tier 3? No, the Phoenix can't do challenge tier 3. When I get Marin, I'll do this and make a guide with it, but no. I'll probably gear 12er and then see what I can do for the rest. But I'm happy to get at least gear challenge tier 2 with it, even if I have to play through it, because I have every single other assault battle at challenge tier 3 simmed, so I just have to like sim them. So this is the only one where I can't like sim all the way to challenge tier 3, except for the new Jedi one, of course, because I'm still working through that. But at least I have challenge tier 2, but it's just like a really annoying, at least it's like really quick, right? But that 3rd phase or the 8th phase is just really difficult. Really difficult. And I'll show you my mods for Phoenix. It's nothing special. Nothing special at all, but it's a really difficult phase. So 340 speed. I have pretty relic 55533 is my relic levels. So, and I do have all the Zetas on them. But the mods on them, the only like Rex's mods are good. That's it. Like he has potency, health, crit damage, good speeds on them. So he has his mods are decent. At 340. My Sabine has pretty crap mods. 262, just normal damage. Nothing too crazy. So 15 speed, 14 speed, potency, crit damage. Yeah, like nothing special here. So just kind of really lackluster mods. So she's only 262, so pretty luster lacking mods too. But these are just like, and she's modded for survivability. But these are just like leftover mods that I had. Kanan, I don't even know what his mods are. I don't want to do that. Survivability, I guess, with 84. So yeah, just all protection with some speed. Nothing too, and then chopper doesn't matter either. I think survivability with, and these are again just like leftover mods. So protection, defense, protection, just crap mods. You have Sabine at R7? Why would you do such a thing? So, and then Rex, were you able to beat it at, hey Mr. Fuentes, were you able to at least 1-star it? Ray Rock at challenge tier 2? You remodded? I don't know if the remods are like super important. I have guides, Pigster, here. Here's my assault battle guides. That, because I make guides so I don't have to like keep regurgitating this stuff like over and over and over and over and over and over. because you know, a lot of the questions you guys asked are very, very similar. So here, let me get you the link for it. But I have 2 videos on. Here's my assault battle playlist, and it goes over how I CT3'd like all of them. I still have to do the rebel one, so I'll do the rebel one soon. The next time it shows up, I think it's here soon, right? Next few days. Military might, yeah, in 2 days. So I'll redo the rebel one in 2 days, and then I'll release it. But that's it. Like, military might is the last guide I have to make. Pretty easy. I did it on stream last time, but I'll make a guide on this. And that'll be the last one, except for secrets and shadows. Yeah, CLS team 1. So whoever said you can use Phoenix to CT3 military might is a liar. You are a liar, sir. Whoever said that. Someone was like, you can auto it. You cannot auto it. Like, you cannot. It's impossible. Maybe CT2 for the military might, but definitely not CT3. I'll try CT2 next time, but whoever said CT3, you, sir, whoever you are, you know who you are a liar. All right, so I'm gonna take a real quick bathroom break, and then I'll jump back and we'll do maybe like 1 or 2 more roster reviews, and then I'll maybe call it from there. Yeah, that person's a liar. You're a liar. So quick bathroom break, and then we'll jump into some more roster reviews. Maybe 1 more spin on the wheel for 1 more free one, and then we'll call it. Yeah, I'll probably one more free one, maybe. We'll see. Actually, what is it? 12. Maybe I'll just call it here. Yeah, I think I'll just call it here. I don't see a reason to do 1 more spin on the wheel. Got a pretty good amount of roster reviews done, did we? 2. Maybe 1 more. You guys want 1 more? Yeah, I guess I'll do 1 more. So yeah, I'll just do a quick break, and then we'll do 1 more spin, and then we'll call it from there, probably, unless there's any more premium reviews, which I don't think. Yeah, no. Am I? Should I? Yeah, we'll see. I'll come back, and then we'll decide from there. So I'll be right back. Hey everyone. Hey, sorry for the wait. Yeah, I guess I'll do one more roster review and then call it a day. One more. How are you all doing today, by the way? Anything special planned? Have you guys seen the that new Wolverine? And no spoilers, please, but have you guys seen the Deadpool and Wolverine? Fantastic movie. Fantastic. Really good. Really enjoyed it. I was happy I went in and saw it. Saw it last night. Really good. Highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, it's good. It's good. It's worth watching in theaters, I'd say. Your wife went to the movies without you? Really? Is that normal for you guys? Oh man, look at this. 2 away. What a tease. Yeah, it's good. It was really good. Highly recommend. Excellent movie. Really enjoyed it. Alright, so yeah, let's just spend this energy real quick and then we'll do our spin. Oops. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Hey, Snickbox, how are you doing, dude? How's it going? All right, yeah, this one. Yeah, excellent movie. Yeah, that's it. That's everything. All right, so let's get the wheel up. Move you. Interact with you. You're building a desk. Nice. I have this chair right here. I just bought. Really nice chair. Really like it. Really enjoy the chair. Let's edit this. But I got it at it's a Japanese store. I forgot the name. Nitori? I bought it at Nitori. If anyone's familiar with Japanese stuff. Boba Gone Wild. Dude, how many times have you submitted? Dude, Boba Gone Wild. I'm gonna say this if you're here. If you submit one more time, I'm just gonna remove you off the list. Because every time you come on here, you submit. Really annoying. You just have to submit one time. Like, until you get your stuff. But I'm like, I'll put a thing in there where if it's like submitted multiple times, it'll take you off. Because it's starting to get annoying. This is the third time you submitted Boba Gone Wild. Yeah, so stop it. Stop that. Oops. Copy link. Alright. Alright, I think that's it. So we'll get our last spin for the day. there. I probably should update it. Yes, I did update it. Okay. Cool. All right, last spin for the day. See how it goes. Oh, Kazutora. Kazutora. I get to see his account. Man, Kazutora's been watching for a very long time. Very cool dude. He's in Japan. He's a Japanese, younger Japanese dude. I don't know if he's in college yet, but he was studying for his stuff. Studying to get into college, so good for him. Really happy glad I did this one, because I really like Kazutora. Really cool dude. Been watching me for a while. Really nice guy. So here we go. You're gonna take over a 10 million GP account? How does that work? You're just like, you're mine now. What does that entail when you do something like that? Your friend's just quitting and you're gonna take it over? I thought about that. Like, what if someone gave me, or like offered to give me an account that's like much better than my own? What would I do? And I don't know, because I have a lot of like fun. A lot of what I love about this account is just as I built it. I probably would take it and play GAC with it, but I feel I don't know if I would feel like cheap or cheated out of, you know, whatever, but I would like to see what I can do with it. You know what I mean? But 10 million can be like anything. Anything. It could have no GLs, it could have all the GLs. All right, so Amaterasu with the Wandering Fools, 3.2 million GP, 1.9 in characters, 1.3 in ships. A year and some change. So this bought the Rebel bundle. Other than that, it looks like it's mostly free to play, except for the SOKR bundle, maybe. So 2 bundles. So I would say, Kazutora, your amount of progress is pretty much like 2 bundles. So I would say consistency, Kazutora. You need to play more consistently, or I don't know what you're putting into your effort or whatever, or your guild is just like not performing well. But I would say that with the amount of time you have played and what you've developed, that a little underdeveloped is what I would say. So like because at a year and some change, you don't have and what this is telling me is you're just not playing consistently, because you may log in, you may do some things, but you're not playing all your events, you're not farming all the things, and you're not farming the shipments, you're not there's a lot that you're probably missing out on. So I would say, yeah, it looks like you're building towards Executor, and Executor and SOKR should be your first farms. It's going to be dependent on getting these fleets to 7 stars. So, and then continue farming the shards for these, like Xanadu Blood, IG-12, Slave 1, get that TIE Bomber to 7 stars, and then like go for that as your next big farm, but also start working towards unlocking the finalizer and getting the finalizer up and running. So I would say you should have like 2 farms that are going in the same pathway that are very similar, and it's going to be, you need to start getting the finalizer up and running, and then you need to farm the executor. So, and I would focus on the executor first, and then the finalizer second. So you'll go into executor, into SOKR, and then you can you can finish your CLS rebels first. So first thing you can do is finish like CLS rebels. So that's CLS, Han, Chewbacca, Chewpio, C3PO. Get them all relic 3. I don't know where your Ewoks are, so you're probably gonna have to farm those. But if you want to do that first. So yeah, you're gonna have to get these up and running. Probably finish Nisa, Chief Chirpa, Wicket should be the one to use if you're looking for like the fastest. Probably Logray, Chirpa, Nisa, Elder, Paplu would probably be the best. Forget about Tebow. Stop investing in Tebow. Honestly, I would probably skip out on Logray and go Wicket in here. So I would go Elder, Nisa, Chirpa, Paplu, Wicket. Because Wicket will give you Zetas too once you have him at 7 stars, because he has an event that happens every month where if you have him at 7 stars, you get 2 Zeta materials. So I would say Wicket's worth farming. So I would go Wicket, Nisa. Nisa just makes it easy, and you can do this with like relatively low gear. So Elder, Nisa, Chirpa, Paplu, Wicket is the 7 or the 5 I would use, and then you can probably unlock him if you put a little bit of effort at 5 stars, and at least you would have like a fully functional CLS team with a 5-star 3PO, and then you can like C3PO still works really well at low gear. He's pretty thick, believe it or not. You may think he's like board thin, but he's a good character overall. So I would do that. So finish your CLS rebels, build Ewoks, then go into Executor, into SOKR. So you're going to have to finish all your ships for Executor while farming up the relics. And then once you're finished with the ships and the relics for that, then you start pivoting towards First Order, building the ships for that. And then once you get that up and running, both of them up and running, you'll have SOKR as your first GL, Executor as your second GL. Then you're gonna go into Imperial Troopers, so you'll have Piet. So you'll just pretty much take Dark Trooper to Relic 5 and Range Trooper to Gear 12. So finish up the stars on these. Not a priority right now, but once you're starting the end of your Executor farm, then make sure you continue. Like once you farm all your ships, then farm Dark Trooper, Range Trooper, get them up and running. That'll give you 3 assault battles with CLS. Imperial Troopers will give you 2 of them. SOKR will give you 1. So that's 4 assault battles at CT3. And then from there, you can go honestly wherever you want. Like I always advocate for like Jedi Knight Luke Jabba, because that would get you your 5th assault battle, and then Jabba will give you like Smuggler's Run 2. But that's kind of like a really long way for you. In between, before you finish or after you finish your Executor and your Executor, if you have time, try to finish these 2 guys. So Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon. You don't have them at all, so try to fit them in where you can. When it's a lot of Cantina energy, but it's worth farming. So if you can finish them while you're waiting for like your finalizer stars to get up passively, then you can do that, but it just depends. But honestly, the biggest thing you can do for your account is you need to start just like playing consistently. And that's what I notice is the big thing with this account, is just like you're not fully engaging in everything that you can, and it's hurting the consistency of your account. So side farms, Malevolence, Negotiator, you should have one of them. I would probably fully go into the Malevolence first and then start building for the Negotiator second. So the effort that you put into your fleets should be 1 Executor, 2 Malevolence, 3 Negotiator, 4 Chimera, and then from there you can do whatever you want. Yeah, so that's what I would recommend. Side farms too, you can get like Treya to Gear 12 with Savage, Wampa, put on that Omicron, Savage, Omicron, do you have it? You have it, okay. So Gear 12 Treya, at least Gear 12 Wampa with Omicron, but once you get Jedi Knight Luke and Wampa starts up, you Relic 3, Relic 5, wherever you want. And that's what I would recommend for this account, honestly. Just consistent gameplay, go for that farming pathway, get them up and running, and then you'll be good. I know you're a busy dude, but it doesn't take much to like log in between your classes or whatever. Whenever you're on the bathroom, just you know, just log in, do your collect your, and that's why this game is so good. Like you just go in, you collect your shipments, play what you can, and then you kind of move on from there. So it's a game where if you want to put a ton of effort in, you can, or if you want to play super casually, you can. But I would say if you want to just put more effort in, then you'll do really well, Kazutora. So you gotta just show some effort, and then it'll help out overall. Yeah. But that's all I got for that review. So I think that's all I got for you guys. That was my last free review for the day. So I'm going to call it at there. So three, honestly, 3 is not that bad for me. 3 is a little more than one more than usual. It does take me a while to do these reviews, so I try not to. I don't like putting limits on them. I don't like doing. You know, we've talked about this before. All right, so let's see who I can raid. If anyone's on, I don't know if anyone will be on, but let's see. Raise. He's power watching. So let's go raid Urs. Urs is a good dude. He's coming back to the game. Yeah. Raid some channels. Let's go raid Urs. All right. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I will see you guys some other time. But take care, everyone.